Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about, there's a lot of talk on different videos and things on the web and stuff about Buddy's left hand and how Buddy Rich did his left hand thing. Now, I'm not really sure if he didn't do all the other techniques that everybody is showing on video and stuff, but I do know after seeing him play countless times that the technique that I saw him use was one that could be best described as what you would be doing if you were to play flams at a very rapid tempo. In other words, okay, that is what it. Okay, and the way that he would do this is he would take and he'd pull. I'm going to scoot the camera. Watch this. This is a Cecil B. DeMille production here. Okay. Now I'll get a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and move the camera so you can kind of see what my fingers are doing. My fingers are going to be basically, the quickest way to develop this is to keep the tip of the stick down. You're going to slide the index finger down the shaft of the stick and bring it back, and you're going to release with the bottom finger. Do you see that right there? So once you can kind of get that feeling and that control, and they're moving from these knuckles here, from these knuckles, not from the big knuckles, but for the second joint down. So you would just start by learning how to really kind of get a good bounce out of the stick by throwing your fingers in that position. Okay? So then you start playing a very shuffly kind of rhythm. And that's kind of how like this. Now the way he would apply it, we'd be playing groups of threes and fives and sevens. So you could do rhythms sort of like this. So that's kind of how he would, at least what I saw him doing when he would be doing those little things. The other way he would do it would be to keep pressure with the index finger and thumb. Not a lot, but just enough so that if he were to let go with this, if he were just to collapse it, it would go directly to the drum head and bounce. So that would be done without moving the index finger. It's just simply with the ring and ring finger and little finger. So those are the two things that I remember him doing. So a lot of my students will ask me, you know, what is that you do with your left hand? And I do a number of things. I can do this thing. I got the thumb and first finger thing going, as well as a larger version of the kind of like the inline thing here that you see on the squeeze and release Murray Spivak taught. So there's a lot of things that I can do with my left hand. So it's not just like I would recommend sitting down and just developing one thing like that, okay? You know, the right hand, of course, that is just a Jojo Mears video does an incredible job with that. And this is not to say everybody else is wrong, okay? I've not seen Buddy play every time. I've not seen every performance of his. It's not what I'm suggesting, but what I have seen is this. Another way to apply this would be to play flam taps with the right hand. And learning to speed it that way, so it's kind of an easy thing for you to do. And I guess it's kind of also a good way to develop releasing for the double stroke roll too, I suppose, to maintain the bounce. So anyway, that's Buddy's left hand, and www.metrodrumschool.com, or call me in Denver at 303-756-9041. You can email me at questions@metrodrumschool.com. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.